Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of these episodes, we're quickly going to recap on the previous. Now, the previous three games were FC Porto in the group stages of the Champions League, Stoke City in the Premier League, and then West Ham United in the Carabao Cup. Now, I decided to play the Porto game in the Champions League, simulate the Stoke game, and then play the West Ham game in the Carabao Cup. So first we had Porto, and we'd already played two games, one against Dortmund and one against Lokomotiv Moscow. And in our group we have Porto, Lokomotiv Moscow and Dortmund. I said if we were to win the game against Porto, I would then look at simulating the next three games in the Champions League. Now, of course, you play the team or the teams in your group twice. We've already played three, and luckily enough, although their defence and keeper was on fire, we did manage to beat Porto 1-0, which means definitely the next two Champions League games, which I think we've got one in today's episode, I am going to be simulating definitely the next two. Now, if we were to lose the next two and our place going through to the knockout stages is in a little bit of jeopardy, then I will play that final sixth game just to guarantee that we get through. But as long as we win one of those two simulated games in the Champions League group stages, I have no doubt that we should get through to the knockout stages. The second game in the previous episode was against Stoke City. Now, obviously, we simulated this game, and Stoke, over the last three games that they had played, had only scored one goal on average. So I was hopeful that we would keep a clean sheet, but we did have to play a little bit of a rotated team. And unfortunately, by doing that, we sadly didn't keep a clean sheet. But we did beat them 2-1 at Anfield and bagged those three very important points. And then the last game in the previous episode, and the previous episode was actually called Hammers Got Nailed. And a lot of you left a comment saying, do you know what, Brad, that was a great title, it was well worded, it was literally perfection, because exactly what the title said, we nailed West Ham. We beat them 3-0, and we are now through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. And the reason I'm playing the Carabao Cup games is because one of the fan objectives this year is called Retirement 7, and it's about winning all 7 pieces of silverware that are up for grabs in Season 3. We've already won 3. The remaining 4 are the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and of course the Champions League. Now, right now in Champions League football, we're doing absolutely unbelievable. And of course, we beat West Ham 3-0 to get us a place in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. So things are going great in the Carabao Cup, and we're also top of the Premier League. But in today's episode, that may well change, because in the previous episode, we were trying to grow the gap from 3 points to 6 points, and that was between us in first place and Chelsea in second place. Now, in today's episode, the first game up next is Chelsea. If we do beat them, we will have grown that gap to 6 points, which is exactly what we look to do in today's episode. And then we move into the month of November, where we play FC Porto in the group stages of the Champions League. And then we're back at Anfield to play Everton in the Liverpool derby. So in today's episode, we're playing Chelsea, we're simulating Porto, and we're playing the Liverpool derby against Everton. So hopefully, if we simulate the game against Porto and get a win, I'm guaranteed when I look at the points that we should go through to the knockout stages. But what I also want to say at the start of today's episode, guys, this is very, very important. So last night, I recorded Liverpool Career Mode Season 2 Fan Objectives. Now, that should have went up last night, which is going to be the 29th. This should be going up either the 30th or the 31st. But it should have went up on Wednesday, the fan objectives. Whoever has won anything, which I don't want to give any spoilers because it hasn't gone up yet, or it will have gone up, should I say, by the time you guys are seeing this. All I'm going to say is, on Wednesday the 29th, when it's gone up, if you have won something, you only have 7 days. So if you're watching this video now and you haven't watched the fan objectives video, definitely go and give it a watch, because there's a good chance that you've won something from the fan objectives. You've decided to skip that video because you're not too sure about it. And if you haven't let me know within a week, or at least left a comment acknowledging that you've won something, if you haven't done it within 7 days, we will be giving those prizes away again. So your name will be removed from the list, and the prize that you won will be going back into the pot. We'll be doing the whole wheel again, which picks out who's won it, and I will be putting that wheel into a Liverpool episode. I won't be doing another video calling it Season 2 Fan Objectives. I will simply record my actual computer screen, find out who the winners are going to be, and then I'll edit it into one of these videos. So make sure, especially towards the back end of next week, that you're watching these videos very carefully, just in case. I will mention at the start of the video if there is going to be any fan objectives put in, or at least fan objective prizes given away, should I say. But just keep your eyes peeled. Also want to mention, guys, this is a big big thing for me, okay? Recently, a lot of people in the comments section have been clashing. Whether it is arguing, whether it is swearing at each other, whether it is kicking off. I want you to know right now, I do not condone that type of language, that type of attitude. I don't condone it. So if I see you in the comment section kicking off on someone, swearing at someone, I will give you a chance to apologise to the person, because this is a platform. This channel is about positivity, building you online friends, being able to talk to each other. I don't want hatred on the channel. I don't want people swearing at each other. I don't want arguments, and I certainly don't want negativity brought to this channel. Now, there was 2 people that kicked off, and I am going to name and shame you because it shouldn't happen. There was Hamza and a Liverpool fan called Nathaniel. You two had a bit of an argument over who commented first. Guys, it doesn't matter who comments first, whether you're first, second, 10th, or even last. It doesn't matter. Every single one of you that watches these videos, leaves comments, likes, is supporting me. And as a group, we support each other. So do not kick off at each other. Do not cause arguments. Do not swear at each other. Do not do that on this channel. Otherwise, I'll say to you, look, you can fix this and apologise and make up. Otherwise, I'll remove your comments. And if I have to start banning people from being able to comment, I will. Because it's not fair on the other people. So please, think of others. Don't spread negativity and hatred towards other people because they have left a comment. It is not fair. And I didn't really want to talk about this at the start of today's episode because it puts a little bit of a downer on it. But unfortunately, when I have to read those comments, it puts a downer on me. I'm trying to build a positive place for you guys to come. When people are talking negative and angrily towards each other and kicking off, it doesn't look great. So I've warned you all now, Nathaniel and Hamza, no more. To everyone else out there, I don't want arguments and kick-offs in the comment section. It's a place for you to all chat amongst yourselves, chat to me, tell me how your day's going. You may have a problem that you want to discuss with me. I don't want someone to leave a problem saying, Brad, I've got this problem going on, or I didn't do too great in my grades, or something like that, and somebody comes along and starts putting negativity on it. It's not fair. And I did see, either yesterday or the day before, Hamza and Nathaniel kicking off at each other, swearing at each other. Guys, it's not fair, okay? There's older people on this channel that watch the videos. There's also younger people, any age from, could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is young people on this channel. I do not condone swearing in the comment section, so please all note that down. It's not fair on the other people. But enough on the negativity. It's discussed, it's done, it's gone. Please make sure that if you are one of those people, you certainly change. But as we look at the squad we are going to put out against Chelsea, we've had to rotate it a little bit. And unfortunately, the usual starting 11 that we put out is not the usual starting 11 we can put out against Chelsea. And I'm hoping that isn't going to make too much of a difference. But unfortunately, the team's just not fully fit after that game against West Ham. We played in the week on Wednesday. We're now playing Chelsea on Saturday, so we only had Thursday and Friday recovery time. And unfortunately, that was not enough time for the whole squad. But we have got Ryan Sessegnon out on the left wing, Timo Werner at striker, Junior out on the right wing. We've got Coutinho linking up with the Ox in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Sandro Tonali in the central defensive midfield. And then at the back, we've got Tierney, Jimenez, Gomez and Semedo with Alisson between the sticks. Let's go ahead and get into this first game against Chelsea. We could really do with another win. We're coming off the back end of a 3-0 victory against West Ham, which is absolutely unbelievable. There should be a lot of high morale around the team. The only downfall is we are playing a rotated team, so they are not coming off a back end of a 3-0 victory. Well, this is a point in the season where it makes or breaks us, because if we can push this gap from 3 points to 6, that would be looking very, very positive for us. Only 10, 11 games in, and we've already grown the gap potentially to 6 points. That is a very, very good lead. And I tell you what, after just 10 games, a 6-point lead is exactly what most managers and players would be looking for. But Chelsea are going to be the team to kick us off in this first half. Let's get it underway and let's see what damage we can do. Inside now to Timo Werner. Timo Werner laying off to Coutinho. Going to go around the corner now, looking for Ryan Sessegnon. Sessegnon through a goal! Big save there from Kepa. And Manolas clears out for Liverpool throwing. Played out now. Let's go Sessegnon. There's Carvajal. Let's keep going. Nicely done. Sessegnon picks that one up, plays it straight through now to Timo Werner, laying off now to Junior, who's going to take it first time! It's 1-0 Liverpool! Well, big mistake from the right back, Daniel Carvajal. He played the ball straight into ourselves. I think it was Ryan Sessegnon that picked it up. I played it into Timo Werner, who turns, waits for a lovely ball into Junior. Junior took a touch and then put his laces right through that shot and into the back of the net. Kepa not got the best of angles there. Junior slots one home for his second goal in the Premier League. Well done, Vinicius Junior. Juan Coutinho staying on because Vasquez plays it in now. Sergi Casemiro. Ball in now is Hazard. Hazard gets a shot off it in the back of the net. It's 1-1. You can't give Eden Hazard that kind of space. I don't know why we give him so much space. I don't know why there wasn't a defender on him, but he plays a nice little 1-2 there. Comes into the box. Alisson should probably do better from there. We should have a player on Hazard at all times. We don't. And it's back to 1-1 in the 30th minute. We're going to have to go again, lads. Let's go Semedo. Ball down now to Immobile. Let's go Tonali. Let's get across. Nicely done. Tonali picks that one up. Going to hold this ball up now with Sessegnon. Play it through now to Timo Werner. Werner through on goal. Timo Werner. He's put it wide of goal. What are you doing, Timo Werner? The keeper didn't even move. You could have beaten him there. It could have been 2-1 right on half time. Kante, Serge, and there we go. It's played back to Kante. The referee is going to blow for half time. I mean, what can I say? I'd say the team's been very level. I think stat-wise we've probably been very level. Timo Werner has just come inches to putting us 2-1 up right before half time, which probably would have given us the morale and the mindset to come out in the second half and just be a completely different team and score plenty of goals. We're coming out now, still drawing against Chelsea 1-1. But we are going to come out with exactly the same team with Timo Werner to kick us off in the second half. Let's get it underway. And we need a second goal early on. Is Timo Werner, Ryan Sessegnon, Junior. Back to Ryan Sessegnon, poking it through now to Timo Werner. This time Timo Werner. And within a minute of kick-off, we've run to the end of the Chelsea side. We've run at Kepa and the Chelsea defenders. And we've slotted one home. It's 2-1. Couldn't have asked for a better start in this half. Honestly, I was literally just saying, if we'd have come out 2-1 up, it would have been a whole different game. The team has reacted to what I said at half time, and they've come out and put us 2-1 up just minutes, seconds into this second half period. Well done, Timo Werner. And that's another pound going towards charity with the fan objectives. Got to be careful, you lads. Let's get on it. Nicely done there, Gomez. And you've played it straight into the path. We're going to have to be careful. As Serge comes across now. Here's Immobile. Gets a shot up. Alisson collects that one, no problem. Over now to Sandro Tonali. Here comes Tonali. Play it over now to Timo Werner. Out wide to Junior. Coutinho. Timo Werner running through now. Timo Werner through on goal. Going to slot this across to Junior. Junior to slot home. It's 3-1 Liverpool. That's what we needed. I could have been greedy and shot with Timo Werner, but Kepa come off his line pretty quick. And I thought I've got a choice to either go 3-1 up here or just try and score with Timo Werner. I didn't want to take the risk, so I squared that ball. And it was an easy right foot inside the boot, tapped it home from Vinicius Junior. And I think with that goal coming, we will now look at making some subs. So Coutinho and the Ox are going to make their way to the bench for Ramsey and Talisca. And then the last move for me is going to be, I'm going to bring Shaqiri on for Sessegnon and then switch Shaqiri and Junior, because Junior is actually a left winger, but I prefer him on the right, whereas Shaqiri is a right winger and likes to cut in on his left. So realistically, that's the best move for us there. Ramsey, Talisca and Shaqiri making their way to the pitch after we've just gone 3-1 up against second position Chelsea. Somebody plays it up to Shaqiri, inside now to Anderson Talisca. Going to wait for Shaqiri to make the run. Come on Shaqiri, you got the fresh legs, you should have Alexandro every day of the week. Let's cut it back. Referee's been taken out there, and it is going to be a free kick. Well, we've got Shaqiri with a wicked left foot to potentially take this free kick. And we also have Anderson Talisca. I think the best player probably on the pitch is going to be Anderson Talisca to take this one on his left foot. And I think I am going to go for goal with this one. Anderson Talisca to try and slot this home. Anderson Talisca over the wall and into the back of the net. Anderson Talisca steps up over the wall and it's over the bar, unfortunately. Surely as Kepa kicks this one out, the referee is going to blow for full time, and he does. That is the result we needed. 3-1 against Chelsea. We needed those 3 important points to push a 6-point gap between us in first place and Chelsea in second, and we've done just that. Absolutely unbelievable. What a result. To travel to Chelsea and pick up the 3 points. I mean, we had so many chances in the first half. We went in at half time 1-1. We could have been 2-1 up. Timo Werner messed up, but he certainly come out strong in that second half, scoring just a minute after kick-off to take it to 2-1. And then from that point on, well, the rest is history. The team turned up, we passed well, we played well, and most importantly, we pick up the 3 points and bring them back to Liverpool. And here we are at match day, about to face off against FC Porto. Now, this is going to be the simulated game in today's episode, but if we look at the current standings of our Champions League group, we are top after 3 played with 9 points, which is the maximum we can get. Dortmund are in second. They've played 3 and only have 6 points, which means they lost one of their games. Porto have only won one of their games after 3 and are sit on 3 points. And Lokomotiv Moscow, 3 games played, no points, no wins. So I do believe if we beat Porto and go up to 12 points, I don't see a way that Porto or Lokomotiv Moscow can catch us, because at the end of the day, if we beat Porto now, there's only 2 more games. Porto would still be on 3 points. We would be on 12. Even if they then beat their next 2 games, which is against Dortmund and Lokomotiv Moscow, they would get 6 potential points from those 2 games, which would take them up to 9 points. We would already be on 12. So I think if we win this game against Porto, the only thing that can happen is Dortmund might be able to knock us off the top position and we would move down to second. But as long as we beat Porto, without a doubt, we've just guaranteed us a place in the knockout stages of the Champions League. Now, unfortunately, because the majority of the players that just played then and some of the other players that we need to keep fit for Everton, I haven't been able to play the usual starting 11. Now, I've mixed it up a little bit. We're leaving the Ox in there, who doesn't normally play in there. Obviously, normally Naby Keita's there. We normally play Mo Salah out on the right wing. We've got Shaqiri. The reason I'm doing this is because we still have Everton in the Premier League up next, which we will be playing. Now, as for a Liverpool derby and as a Liverpool fan, it's very important when you're playing a derby that you win it. So I want to make sure that I've got my usual starting 11 nice and fit and raring to go. Now, Mo Salah is on the bench. Naby Keita is on the bench. And also Jonathan Tah, who may well come in for Gomez. Now, depending on what happens, obviously we don't get to choose what subs happen, what the scoreline's going to be. It's all in the hands of EA. But the lineup we are putting out against Porto is Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Shaqiri out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with the Ox in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, then Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Now, hopefully, the usual keeper, the usual back four, and the usual CDM position with Fabinho should keep them at arm's length, and we should defend well, and we shouldn't really concede. But at the end of the day, we're simulating the game, so the outcome is in EA's hands. But fingers crossed we can win this game, and that should guarantee us a place in the knockout stages of the Champions League. Let's go ahead and advance, get the players warmed up. Come on, lads, let's do this. I'm waiting for the referee to blow his whistle, and he has now blown 5 minutes in, and Mbembe has just scored in the 6th minute, which is a little bit disappointing. Trent's picked up a yellow card. Fabinho scores in the 19th minute to bring it back to 1-1. Come on, lads, let's push on before half-time. Come on, half-time fast approaching. Half-time's come and gone. We're into the second half now. Come on, lads, we need that second goal. Kalorka's gone off injured. Come on, 70 minutes fast approaching. Come on, there's only 20 minutes to go, lads. Find that late goal. 80 minutes. 5 minutes to go. Come on. It's not going to happen. Oh, that's frustrating. So, unfortunately, we only managed to draw against Porto, which means we only get 1 point. Now, we had to beat Porto to guarantee that they couldn't catch us. And here we are ready for the final game in today's episode. We're at Anfield. It's the Liverpool derby. Liverpool versus Everton. The blue side versus the red side. The red side versus the blue side of Liverpool. And as a Liverpool fan, every single time we play Everton, I just want us to dominate and kill them off. And hopefully with this lineup, we should have no problem doing that. We've got Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gini Wijnaldum linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield. And then at the back, we've got Robertson at Van Dijk, Jimenez and Semedo with Alisson between the sticks. Now, straight away, you will see the main two players I'm going to look at taking off in the second half if we are dominating against Everton is going to be Virgil van Dijk and Gini Wijnaldum. Now, realistically, how much energy Van Dijk has, I would never, ever in a million years normally play with a player with that less of energy. Even though he's around probably 80-85%, I just wouldn't normally risk it because of injury. But I am going to start him. We've got Jonathan Tah to come on from the bench. Gini Wijnaldum's going to start as well. We've got Coutinho to come on in his place. And then it's either probably going to be Bobby, Mane or Robertson for the other third sub. Now we've got Timo Werner to come on up top. Ryan Sessegnon to come on at left wing. And as for Robertson, we don't actually have a left back, so I'm hoping Robertson is not going to be too tired. Otherwise, we may just have to play Fabinho at left back or Milner at left back or something like that just to see us through the game. But fingers crossed. In fact, I'm not even fingers crossed. This is Liverpool versus Everton. We are the better team. On paper, we should dominate. On FIFA, we should dominate. So without a doubt, I expect us to keep the 3 points at Anfield. And hopefully, if Chelsea are going into a bit of a downward spiral now, we've got 6 points between them. We could potentially have 9. Or if they draw, we could potentially even have 7. So fingers crossed. Sorry, 8 points should I say. It can be 9 points or 8 points, depending on how Chelsea get on. Well, the game that divides Liverpool from the Reds to the Blues, from the Blues to the Reds. This is always a big clash. I mean, probably the biggest game for Liverpool is Liverpool versus Man United. That seems to be the biggest clash where there's really hefty tackles, elbows getting thrown in their kicks, little kickouts from players. But Liverpool versus Everton is also a very vicious game. Obviously, it does divide families. I've known people where their parents are Liverpool fans, but they're an Everton fan, or vice versa. The parents are Everton fans, and they're a Liverpool fan. And when you sit in a room, whether you're a Liverpool fan or an Everton fan, and you sit there with somebody that is an Everton or Liverpool fan, the opposite of you, it stays quiet until one of the teams scores, and then it can be a very awkward atmosphere. But I'm looking forward to this game, and I have no doubt that we should kill off Everton. And this is the first time we are playing them this season at Anfield. So let's go ahead and get it kicked off with Bobby Firmino. Let's get it underway, and let's cause some damage to Everton. Gini going to pull this back nicely done. Still Gini going through to Naby Keita. Naby going to roll onto his right foot. Let one fly. Big save there from Stecklenberg. And Naby Keita nearly putting us 1-0 up already. Win that for Fabinho. Nicely done. Here's Gini. Gini gets taken out a little bit there. Play it into Bobby and then back to Salah now. Here goes Salah. Darting forward to these Everton players. On that left foot. Salah's at the post. Well, it's only been 6 minutes. And every Liverpool fan is off their seat and on their feet already. Naby Keita. Bobby. Playing it through now to Salah. Salah trying to get the better. It's Fabinho. Bobby. Playing it through again to Salah. Salah going to cut back onto that left foot. This time Salah! It's in off the post! It's in off the post, and Mohamed Salah has put us 1-0 up already. 13 minutes in. 1-0 Liverpool. You know what, the first 6-7 minutes we were killing them. They just don't know what to do with our front three. Mane, Firmino and Salah. And even Naby Keita coming in from a deep central midfield position, coming forwards. They just don't know how to handle us. In off the post. What a goal. 1-0 Liverpool. Up to Bobby. Bobby through now to Fabinho. Fabinho going to play a ball through now to Mo Salah. And once again, Mo Salah looking at getting the better of Fabian Delph. He's going to catch him. He's not going to catch him. Going to play it in now to Fabinho. It's 2-0. Well, it's game over for Everton already. Game, set, match. Mo Salah nearly caught there by Fabian Delph. He missed him. I didn't ride the tackle. I could have, but I didn't. I played it on the inside to Fabinho, making a beautiful run. But then plays it straight at the keeper. It does take a deflection off Stecklenberg. and does eventually end up in the back of the net, and it is 2-0 after 18 minutes. Everton fans are leaving already. Stekelenburg kicks out. Fabinho going to jump for that one. Robbo's going to pick it up. Robertson round the corner now to Sadio Mane. Mane going to try and dart into the middle of the box now. Let's play it into Bobby Firmino. He's going to roll it onto that right foot. Falls to Mo Salah, who drills it wide. Naby Keita. Gino Wijnaldum through to Sadio Mane. Mane through on goal. Going to cut back. Play it inside now to Gino Wijnaldum, and it's into the side netting. Zakaria. Balassi. Don't let him put the ball in. Nicely done, Robbo. Nicely done indeed. Inside now to Fabinho. Laying it off to Gino Wijnaldum. Here's Gini going over now to Naby Keita. Naby Keita coming forward. Let's play it in now for Salah. Salah's going to get in behind. Here comes Salah onto that left foot. It's 3-0 Liverpool. Go on, Salah. Go on, Salah. Beautiful, beautiful goal from Mo Salah once again. He's in form right now, ladies and gentlemen. He's just picked up Player of the Month, and he scored 2 against Everton and is now on for his hat-trick. Mo Salah doing what our Egyptian king does best. Works that position, works that angle, and buries it in the back of the net. Bobby tried to get it onto my right foot to get a shot off. Unfortunately, the defender slid in. But you know what? We're going in at half-time. We're 3-0 up against Everton. It could have been 5 or 6. I mean, stat-wise, I'm even going to show you guys the match facts. Look at that. 9 shots, 4 on target. Everton have had no shots, let alone 1 on target. We've had 58% of the ball. We're absolutely killing Everton right now. And apart from Gino Wijnaldum, who's looking a little bit worse for wear, he is going to be the only substitute I make for Coutinho at half-time. Other than that, I'm probably going to wait the next 10-20. In fact, you know what? Let's just do it now. Van Dijk off for Jonathan Tah. I mean, realistically, we're killing Everton right now. We're 3-0 up, and I have no doubt we will continue our ways. I think what I may also look at doing, I don't know if to bring... I'm going to wait and see who looks worse for where are Robertson and Mane. And either way, I'm going to bring Ryan Sessegnon because he can play left wing. Luckily enough, he can also play left back. So I think that is going to be the final sub. He's either going to come in at left back or left wing. But regardless, if he comes in at left back, him and Mane overlapping each other are going to cause Everton some serious problems. But Everton are the team to kick us off in the second half. I think the Everton manager best have had a strong word with his players. Otherwise, it's going to be a serious issue for them in this second half. Zobran. Sigurdsson coming forwards. Volland lets one fly. It's off the post. And then Tep's there and Alisson collects. Nicely done indeed there from Alisson. Big save. Can we score this with Fabinho? Nice ball in. Fabinho is there. Fabinho gets ahead, and it's in the back of the net. Oh, Fabinho, what a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal. And I have to mention, so many of you guys were telling me, Brad, get Fabinho off the corners and get him in the box. He's unbelievable at headers. And you know what, guys? You just proved your point. What a goal from Fabinho. What a jump. What a header. And thankfully he has scored, and you guys have proven yourselves right. Show me that Fabinho can score from the corners. One team really on there. Coutinho over the top now to Sadio Mane. Can we find one final goal to make it 5-0? It's Sadio Mane trying to come inside, and Saka was all over that one. And the referee is going to blow for full time. We've beaten the Toffees. We've beaten Everton in the Liverpool derby 4-0. What a result. What an unbelievable game. And look at those stats. 12 shots, 7 on target. We had 54% of the ball. They had 5 shots, 2 on target, which only came in the second half. The manager definitely sent them out with a different game plan because they went in 0 shots on target, not even a shot. They did turn up a little bit in the second half, but they weren't strong enough to beat that mighty Liverpool. We do go on to beat them 4-0. Fabinho picks up man of the match with a 9.6 rating. Right, guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode. I can confirm Chelsea did win their 12th game, which means it remains a 6-point gap between us in first position and Chelsea in second. Now, I had to advance all the way to the West Ham game to know this, because for some reason Chelsea must have played a game later on because they were still on 11 as I was advancing in time. But they have won their 12th game, which means there is only 6 points between us and second place. as well. We had 2 weeks off and I thought, great, that's exactly what we need. The team will be back fully fit. But you can see from Van Dijk and Jimenez, that's not the case. And what I didn't realise is, unfortunately, it was an international break, which means Van Dijk and Jimenez still played for their international team and they are not back fully fit. But I will be putting Gomez in for Jimenez for the game against West Ham, and then I'll look at taking Van Dijk off for Jonathan Tah in the second half of that game against West Ham. But as we go over now to the calendar, we can take a look at the next 3 games in the next episode. Now, today we beat Chelsea. We simulated the game against Porto and sadly drew, and then we just annihilated Everton. So out of the 3 games, we won 2 and sadly drew 1, but that draw was out of our hands. In the next episode, we've got West Ham, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Spurs. I'm going to be playing the West Ham game, playing the Spurs game, and simulating the Lokomotiv Moscow game. Now, fingers crossed we get a win, at least a draw. And if we do get a win or a draw against Lokomotiv Moscow, it will guarantee us a place in the knockout stages of the Champions League. And at the end of the next episode, we find ourselves in December where things start getting a little bit difficult. There seems to be a lot of games in there. We've got Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, which we need to be playing. Lucky enough, if we do win the game against Lokomotiv Moscow, we can play the Palace game, we can play the Brighton game, and we can simulate the Dortmund game, because regardless, as long as we get a win or draw, we've guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. So happy days with that. And before you guys will know it, in 2 or 3 episodes, we'll be moving into the month of January. The transfer window will open, and then I'll be asking you guys. I am hanging up my suit at the end of the season. We're retiring at the end of season 3. So if there's any player, realistic or non-realistic, that you want me to bring to Liverpool, let me know, because in January we will be doing it for the last 3 or 4 months, or should I say 5 or 6 months, until we get into the end of Mayish when we finish the season. And we can bring that player in, we can play with them, and then maybe in future career modes, if that player plays well and we enjoy playing with them, we can maybe sign them then. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below if you're new around here. Click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.